Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for all the support and all the likes and all the love I've been receiving on the channel. Thank you so much. May God truly bless you all. Amen. I'll be starting a series on sewing, on dresses I make for myself, my children, and since I'm being me, I like to carry everybody along. So if you'll be interested, I'm just going to show you how I draft my basic bodies. Even though I have other methods, but this is kind of like the quickest and the easiest way I draft my basic bodies. So these are the items you need: your French curve, Barbie scissors, an eraser, pencil, ruler, your measuring tape, and your body measurements. Please make sure you take the accurate measurements. This is a very quick and fast method I use. So join me while I draft my basic look. So starting with the front look, I'm just going to rule half of an inch at the top upper part, rule half of an inch. So before we start, I'd like to show you the measurements. So counting from here, 1, 2, 3, this is 0.25. Then to this longer line here, this is half inch. Then this line here, the next straight line is 0.75, then an inch. There's nothing special about this line I'm doing. It's just a line from my shoulder line. So this is me creating the shoulder line. So this is where all our length measurements will start from. So we'll start by measuring the horizontal from the front edge to the. Where you might, before you do that, get a paper that is half of your hip measurements. So this is 41, this is 20 and a half. So this is paper is half of my hip measurements. So from the shoulder line, I'll mark 9" for my bust area. I'm going to mark across to the end of the other side of the paper, 9". Remember, there's no allowance here. I'm not adding any allowance. So just mark 9". Then my waist measurements is 16. So I'm going to take note of that. 16. All through 16. 16. So for the length of my blouse is 24 inches. I'm using 24 inches. So I'm going to mark 24 inches all around. Then with a ruler, I'm going to rule out the lines. So with my marker, I'm going to just using the marker to rule out the line here. So this is the bust line, waist line. Then I'll go up by 1.5 inch. Then rule a short line across. Went up by 1.5 inch on the bust line. So this is going to be the armhole line. So armhole. This place is going to be the center front. This is going to be my center front, while the other side is going to be my center back. So I'll put center front, CF. They also name this as center back, CD. From the center front, I'll measure my shoulder divided by 2. So my shoulder is 14 divided by 2, that's 7, plus half an inch. That's 7.5. From that 7.5, I'm going to go down by 1 inch. So this is going to be my shoulder slope, and this point is going to be my shoulder point. For my neck width, I'm going to measure 2¾ inch. So this is going to be the neck point, NP. Then for my neck depth, I'm going to measure 2¾ inch. So with your curve ruler, I'm going to connect the end neck points to the center front neck points. So then from the neck points, I'll connect to the shoulder points. So this is going to be our shoulder slope. So for the distance from here to here is the shoulder slope. Whatever I have at my shoulder line, I'm going to mark it on the armhole line. So from the center front to the on the armhole line, I'm going to mark 7.5. Let's connect it to the shoulder point. On the armhole line, I'll measure my bust measurement, which is 35 divided by 4. That is H3/4. That's 8.75. Okay. Then from the shoulder point, this shoulder points to the armhole line, I'll get the midpoints. Get the midpoints. Go in by 0.5. This is 0.5. Go in by 0.5. Then with a French curve, I'll connect the 3 markings. On the waistline, I'll divide my waist measurement by 4, which is 30. 30 divided by 4 plus 1 inch for that. That is 8.5. I need to mark that. Then my hip line is 41. I will divide it by 4 to get 10/3. From the armhole, I'll connect to the waist. Then from the waistline, I'll connect to the hip line. So any curve, any sharp edge, just smooth it out there. So this is all the placement for the front. Then for it, the basic darts, the midpoint of your waist. Or you can use your bust apart. So my bust apart is 3 inches. My bust apart is 3 inches. So I'm going to mark 3 inches here. Then go forward by 1 inch. So this is the dart. Also divide it again to get the midpoints by 1/2 inch. 1 inch before your bust line. Mark 1 inch before your bust line. And 2 inches before your hip line. So whatever I have at the middle point here, that's 3.5. I'm going to mark it on the hip line. Before the 2 inches before the hip line, that's 3.5. Then the 1 inch before the bust line. This is just to get a straight line. So let me take my marker, connect it together. Also connect the bottom part. Then slant your ruler in such a way, connect it to that same point. Do it at the other side also. So whatever you did here, whatever I'm doing here, I'm going to do it at this place also. Look at the darts. So this is my basic block. As you can see, there's no allowance anywhere. So for the back pattern, I will also draft the same thing on my back pattern. Exactly what I did here from the beginning to the darts. I'll do the same thing at the center back. Front and the back neck width is the same. So 2 3/4. Then for the back depth is 1 inch. So I'm just going to mark 1 inch here. The same shoulder measurements, 7.5. Go down by 1 inch. Then 7.5. First measurements, 8 3/4. On the waistline, we're going to mark 0.75 for the back depth. 0.75. This is the zip that so that your zip doesn't have a bulge there. So this is what's going to take it away here. From the shoulder line, I'll measure 5 inches. This is the back width. The back width. So I'll measure 5 inches. Then this is that I'm going to connect it to the 5 inches there. The dart is not going to go all the way through to so like so. Stop there. then down to the hip line. So this is our new center back. So from this point, not from here, from this dart line, I'll take the dart measurement, the waist divided by 4 plus, that is 8.5, plus 1 inch for that, 8.5. Then at the hip line, from the edge, the hip line, I'm going to measure the 10/3. You can see the both meet at the same point with the front, with the front pattern, with the front block. So now I'm going to join it together. So just like in the front pattern, I'm going to do that the same way. But this one, get the midpoint, 8.5. 1/2 inch on both sides. The same 2 inches. The why this one can get to the bust point. If you want to cut, you can also go ahead to cut following the blue lines. You cut only following the blue lines. Don't cut the one inside, the one outside lines. You can cut through them or cut through them. You don't cut the red line. The only red line you're going to cut is this zipper dart, which is optional. It's only when you're making a dress that doesn't have a zip at the back, you're going to make use of these edge parts. But if you're sewing a dress with that, if you're sewing a dress with zip, you take these darts. But if you're not, you cut from this edge side. Then the 3/4 will be removed here. You also remove it at this point here. So don't worry, as time goes on, as I'm going to show you guys everything. Remember, there's no allowance in this block, but in my next project, I'm going to show you how to add the allowance and everything. That is all for our basic block. But our advice, you don't cut it out. Don't cut it out, because when you want to add that more dart at the shoulder line, it's still on this pattern we're going to add the dart. So I would advise you don't cut it out. Another thing again you want to cross check is the shoulder points to the armhole point. Go through to see if your armhole circumference is on it. If it's not there, you add. If it's not there, you add. If it's there, you leave it. If it's bigger, you reduce at this point here. You also do the same for the back. Okay, all right. Thank you guys for watching. Bye. Love you all. You Baba.
I mean, what stars?